In this video, I will show you how to paint the new Sekhetar Guardian robots and how I built this diorama using different painting techniques, and also how we sacrificed some thousand suns to make it. And as promised, I also sneaked in an Alpha Legionnaire. Games Workshop had the idea that we should create some dioramas with the new Sekhetar Guardian robots of the Thousand Suns. And I wanted to get in the Noctilith crown I painted before too. But before we get into building the diorama, I want to show you how I painted the Sekhetar Guardian robots. The Sekhetar Guardian robots come in one sprue and you can build two out of them. And they're really gorgeous models and a little bit taller than the Thousand Suns. So, as you can see, I primed the model with Chaos Black. After that I used the Dead White by Vallejo and the new dry brush by Chronicle RPGs to dry brush the whole model with white. You should have a similar result to this Guardian robot. Be sure to hit every edge of the model with white. In the next step I used Dead White by Vallejo again, but this time I used an airbrush to give the whole model a Venisal highlight with a white color. I used an airbrush to have more control over where I put the highlights, but you can also use a white primer rattle can to get a similar result. This method gives you a perfect undercoat for speed paints, contrast colors, or Vallejo Express colors. But first I painted not with any of these express or speed paints, but used Relictor Gold to paint any golden parts of the Sekhetar Guardian armor. In the next step I took some Thalassa Blue by Contrast Colors to paint every blue bit on the model and to give it the official cover box artwork look. This looked already quite good, but as you know, there is some yellow in the armor too, and therefore we headed for Contrast Imperialis to paint the other parts of these stripes. And with this step done, you should have a similar result to this. To give the whole model a little bit more contrast, we painted all the under armor in Black Templar, the contrast color by Citadel. I really have to say I like where this is going, but we want that beige look on the armor, so let's grab some more colors and put it on the model. First, paint all metal parts with bolt gun metal by Citadel, or any similar darker metallic paint. This includes the barrels, the claws, and any other mechanical components you can find. Next, using your airbrush, apply a shadow highlight with Hull Red by Vallejo. This step adds a subtle nuance that will complement the beige armor color coming up next. Now coat all armor panels with Skeleton Horde by Citadel. Let that rich, natural tone seep into the recesses and bring out the details. For the tabard, start with a base coat of Vallejo Deep Magenta. While it's still wet, wet blend with Warlord Purple, also by Vallejo. This creates a smooth, vibrant transition that really makes the fabric pop. Let's talk about a technique that's gaining traction: sponging. It's not new, but it's definitely effective and easy to master. Grab a makeup sponge and dab oil colors onto the model. We used Light Flesh Tone by Abteilung 502 over all the beige armor sections. This adds texture and a subtle worn effect. To make the head glow with psychic energy, we used AK Interactive Fluorescent Green. Apply it carefully. This step brings the model to life. Next up, streaking grime on all metallic parts. Let it dry for about 10 minutes, then go back with a Q-tip and some white spirit to remove the excess. This creates a realistic, weathered effect without much effort. To finish things off, highlight the armor edges with bone white and add a final touch of AK Interactive Floor Enamel Green on the head for extra visual impact. And that's it. Your Thousand Suns Sekhetar Guardian robot is ready for the battlefield. Arcane, ancient, and absolutely stunning. Next up, let's take this project to the next level with a custom diorama for our Thousand Suns Sekhetar Guardian robots. I started with a Noctilith crown and mounted it onto an oval-shaped piece of plastic card. Right beside it, I added an old Citadel Wyldwood tree to give it a mysterious ancient vibe. To add depth and character, I placed in some scatter terrain I had lying around, a fallen column from the Lord of the Rings range, and spare parts from the Sector Imperialis kit. I wanted to suggest ancient stairs leading up to the portal, so I built those in too. Then, using cork and real stones, I created an organic, uneven ground texture that blends natural and arcane elements. Once everything was glued down, I applied a full coat of AK Interactive Dark Earth across the entire base. This gave a rich, earthy texture and unified all the elements. The stairs and other unpainted elements were primed with Xandri dust, followed by metallic accents in selected areas. Later, I washed these parts with streaking grime to give them a weathered, ancient look. Next, I used Krautcover adhesive across the base to add materials from Krautcover. First, I applied copious earth around all stone elements for contrast. Then, the major surfaces got a layer of dark common earth, blended with some Kodama woods for a hint of color variation and texture. Now for my favorite part, I used Meadows of Purity from Krautcover, topped with blended turf by Woodland Scenics. This combination gives the base a lush, overgrown appearance that ties the whole scene together. I added a mix of tufts from different brands and scattered a few skulls, primed with animal bits by Color Forge and washed again with streaking grime. At this stage, the base of the diorama was complete. Time to bring it all together. I placed the Sekhetar Guardian robots into position, then I needed a portal effect, so I took a transparent plastic sheet, cut out a circular piece, and painted it with white and fluorescent magenta. To sell the illusion of the portal, I sanded down a rubric marine to give him a phased, glowing appearance as if he was jumping out of the warp. White and fluorescent magenta were dry brushed over the sanded areas to enhance the effect. Finally, I attached the portal effect into the Noctilith crown. And with that, the diorama is done. A portal to another realm, frozen in time, ready to display your Thousand Suns in all their mystical glory.
Of course I couldn't help myself and sneaked in an Alpha Legionnaire too. He's standing right behind the Noctilith crown to blow the thing up once all Thousand Suns are through. A real smart Alpha Legion move, don't you think? Please tell me in the comments what you think of this diorama and see you in the next video.